Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Some Christian Guy, and today we're going to be talking about, or shall I say, continuing the session or the series about Bible contradictions. So we are here with the 16th contradiction, and the contradiction is as follows. It is as follows. It asks here, was Haman an Agagite? Esther 3:1, Samuel 15:2-3, 15:7-8, 15:32-33. Right, that is the context or the Bible verses. So let's have a look at the verses and see if we can spot a contradiction, shall we? It says here, this is in Esther, so I'm going in order that it is listed in. Although the order is actually wrong chronologic, but we'll get there. Haman's plot to destroy the Jews. After these events, Xerxes honored Haman, son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, elevating him and giving him a seat of honor higher than that of all the other nobles. And then if we go on to Samuel, it says, thus said the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid in wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt. Now, the backstory behind this is that when the Israelites had their whole Exodus business and they were on their way to the promised land, they actually were going to go pass through the territory of this particular king, and they petitioned the king, say, listen, we have absolutely no interest in staying here, we're just passing through, can you please grant us permission to just, we just want to pass through, we're on our way to Canaan, etc. You know, we mean you no harm, we just want to pass through, that's it, and we're going to go through as quickly as possible. And they made certain, and they said we will, and they promised we will not veer off to the left or to the right, this is the path we're going to take and nothing else. And but Amalek decided to be a bit of an idiot about it and went to war with Israel, and that's what the background is here. How he laid wait for him in the way, and when he came up from Egypt. Okay, now go and smite Amalek, and utterly destroy all they have, and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass. Right? So that is that. And then, and Saul smote the Amalekites from Havilah until thou comest to Shur, that is over against Egypt. So it's quite a border. And he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive, and utterly destroyed all the people with the edge of the sword. And then said Samuel, bring ye hither to me Agag, the king of the Amalekites. So Saul was meant to kill him, but he didn't. And Agag came unto him delicately. And Agag said, surely the bitterness of death is past. And Samuel said, as thy sword hath made woman childless, so shall thy mother be childless among women. And Samuel hewed Agag in pieces before the Lord in Gilgal. So, now here's something we need to understand. Here's Esther, and these three are Samuel. What most people don't realize is that this was listed in the wrong chronological order. So this event, and so this is all one event, the same event. So these three passages here, it's all chapter 15. Okay, these three here, so this event happened roughly 600 years before this event. So you have about 600 years time gap between the two. Now, it would appear that as far as they're concerned, so they just say, oh, there's a contradiction. They don't actually tell you why. So what I'm assuming they perceive to be is that on one hand, it seems God instructed Saul to go and completely wipe them out, like genocide kind of thing, right? Amalekites gone to the end, right? And then you see then 600 years later, now all of a sudden there's this guy who King Xerxes of Persia decides that he is going to honor this guy who is an Agagite. So it's like, did they? So apparently this is a contradiction. Now, let's refresh our memories, shall we? Let's, for argument's sake, say that this is a contradiction, right? If it was, for argument's sake, if it was, would it affect what the purpose of the Bible is for? That is, according to Timothy, good for reproof, for doctrine, etc., unto good works. The answer is no, because no doctrine rests upon this particular issue here being accurate at all. This doesn't affect any Christian doctrine anywhere at all. It doesn't, simply doesn't. It doesn't touch it. So even if it was a contradiction, right, the Bible is still fit for purpose, right? But now let's assess, is it actually a contradiction? So you have in one hand, God tells him to wipe them out, and then on the other hand, you see a surviving member being honored by the king of Persia. So rather than immediately assuming that there's a contradiction, what should your first thought be? The first thought should be, was clearly they didn't get everyone now, did they? Duh, right? Clearly Saul failed. And how do we know Saul failed? Because when you actually go to the verse, right? So you go here. Let's read the whole thing. If you actually go there, and now go and smite, and Saul gathered the people, and Saul came to this city, right? So it came to a city of Amalek and laid wait. And Saul said to the Kenites, go depart from, and Saul said to the Kenites, go depart, get you down from among the Amalekites, lest I destroy you with them. For you showed kindness. So were they discerning? Yes, they were only after, they weren't indiscriminate, okay? Lest I do, for you showed kindness to the children of Israel when they came out from Egypt. So the Kenites departed from among them. Then Saul smote the Amalekites from Havilah until they, and he took Agag. So here immediately, he didn't kill everyone, right? But Saul and the people spared Agag and the best sheep, and of the oxen, of fatling, and was good, and all that was good, and would not utterly destroy them. So did they destroy everything? No. So you actually have a big issue over here. And and it came the word of the Lord to Samuel, saying, it repenteth me that I have set up Saul to be king, for he's turned back from following me, and has not performed my commandments, and it grieves Samuel, and so on and so forth. Right, so what we actually know, so the the parts that they actually reference actually goes on to tell you that Saul actually didn't do to the fullest extent what he was told to do, right? He spared the king, and he spared goods, and who knows what else, right? So they didn't get everyone. And now also they came to the city, right? So they killed all the Amalekites in this particular city. It does not say that they pursued the Amalekites in every part of the world where Amalekites had possibly migrated to, right? So they came to the city, they came to this one place, they said, listen, the Kenites, you guys get out, we're going to flatten the city. They flattened the city, right? So if there were Agagites in Egypt, if there were Agagites in Canaan, if there were Agagites literally anywhere else, they would have survived, unless they were in this particular place that was targeted. So is it a contradiction for 600 years later to suddenly there still be Agagites wandering around? The answer is no. It's not a contradiction at all. Not a contradiction. So, ladies and gentlemen, espresso patronum. Not a contradiction. It's just, you just got to read the damn thing, okay? And as usual, I mean, what did you expect, right? These objections are stupid. They're clearly not reading. The Bible has contradictions, whatever. It's just ad hoc. It's just, I don't know. I don't even know what it is anymore. Honestly, it's just getting absurd. Getting really, really absurd. I've been hoping for something substantive to come along, but nothing substantive, nothing particularly difficult has come along at all. It's silly. Anyway. That's me for today. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I hope this helps you. Cheerio, keep well, and God bless.